Buenos dias, Gunners Profiles. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking snack addict. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Orale. Same old intro, new day. We doing it right here on Gunners Profiles in a real way. You already know what it is, man. And what are you going to get here? Real life, real talk by a real one who really did it. What you ain't going to get is added preservatives and none of that bullshit, right? Say it with your chest. We're about to say it with our chest. As you can tell by that thumbnail right there, are the Mexicanos, the Chicanos, the most feared groups in the California Department of Corrections? Indubitably, right? I say yes. I say yes, but I say they're not the only feared ones. I say there's also other feared groups, man. Everybody, is looked at like, Sasuke, fuck that. Sasuke, they'll get off. They'll get off where they're mad at. But for the most part, the Norteños and the Southsiders are going to be indubitably feared. On power. And the reason that is because everybody knows. It's no motherfucking question. There's no elephant in the room. Quietly as it's kept, and we're not going to say it quietly, in a menudo style in direct fashion, motherfuckers don't want that smoke, bro. Okay, and you best believe this. The brothers is strong, but the essay's the deepest. Okay, numbers equal power in prison. That's just the way it is. The more soldados you have, the more manpower you have, the more people you have to back up the rhythm of the night, orale, right? You have more people to back up your play, okay? And you become feared. You become feared as a group because the numbers are so overwhelming, motherfuckers don't know what time it is. Now, that's usually how it is with the Southsiders. Any yarda you go to, there's going to be a lot of... So these motherfuckers are deep, right? 200 to 300, right? There's going to be a lot of Southsiders, and they usually maintain that yard. If you ask any Southsider, to them, they control the yard. They have the yards. Now, of course, you have prisons like San Quentin, Tracy, prisons up north where the Norteños do control certain yardas. That's a fact. That's actual and factual, right? But for the most part, because for so many years they were at odds, you couldn't, motherfuckers, no, Charlie, we control it. No, we control it. No, we control it. So can we control it today? I guess, maybe today. Can we have it on Wednesday? Fuck it, right? North and South always fought for the yards. The brothers and the whites and the others just were on the yards, okay? That's a fact. Now, I'm not here to fucking defecate on nobody's character, shit on no one's claim, but in real life, that's just the way it was. And I think for the most part, the blacks, the Africanos, as well as the whites and others, they didn't care who controlled yards. They didn't want to fucking control yards. They were just like, hey, can I just be here and get on out, brother? Shit, I ain't tripping, right? But with Mexicans, it's different. It's a control issue. It's a fucking control thing. So we need this yarda. That's our flag planet, but we were already here. I said, it doesn't matter. We're here now, right? And that's the way it is. That makes them feared groups, okay? But not necessarily feared by other convicts or other inmates. Charlie, furthest from the truth, right? More so feared by the canine, the administration. See, administration fears the Mexican gangs just a little bit more, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Because traditionally, what happens is the Mexicans are always at guerra, meaning war, right? You never know what's popping. You never know what's cracking. You never know what's going to crack off. And this gets the administration fucking befuddled, bemused. They don't know what's going on. So I was scared. They can never call it like an alcoholic. Their tank's always half empty. And the reason being is that the Norteños and the Southsiders move smooth with a purpose, right? Everything is dictated from higher ups or from a different area. So that way to keep the administration and the canines off balance. And that equals fear. Fear of the unknown. When you don't know what the fuck's cracking and what's popping, it's Sasuke, what's going on over there, Holmes? Sasuke, he's just getting on my one. Okay, I don't fear that, right? When that's just happened, but Sasuke, what the fuck? Are those two men over there? All right, I don't get down. That's just, fear of the unknown. The administration doesn't know what's going on, and it could pop off at any given time. Imagine getting up in the morning and saying, get fucking, I'm going to work. You're a CEO. You think you're going to have it your way. It's going to be all good. There's this one CEO. She just started. You're trying to get a little mamon if you can. She's a torta, but fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket. Let's take it to the stage. Whatever's clever. And then all of a sudden, the North and the South kick off and bang, bang, bang. You're doing hella paperwork and you got scratched a few times. They're fearing that. They don't want that smoke because Mexicans traditionally will get off where they're mad at. Okay, now every other group, blacks, whites, others also will get off. You know, this is not to say nobody is about their business, because their motherfuckers are about their business. So they'll fight over anything. A sopa, run that, right? And motherfuckers will get off. But North and South do carry the most weight in prison. That's just a fact. Now, like I said, the Southsiders have the numbers. They control most of the yards in the California Department of Corrections. That's just a fact. Anyone who tries to deny it, I'll hold. I've still been holding for a long time, because I'll tell you, I've been in a lot of prisons, a lot of yards, and that's just the way it went. That's just the way it was, cuz, right? On Paru, I said it with my chest, right? I'm not Wes Watson. I'm not going to sit here and talk about, I controlled every yard I was on, you know, with the pedazo in my asshole. Charlie, Holmes, that's not the get down. You know, hey, it differentiates, is that a word? Yes, I said it with unlet it. It differentiates on every different yard. Okay, it's different. I could have just said that. It's different on every fucking yard, right? But for the most part, man, any yard you go to, the Mexicans are going to control the get down of the yard. Now, we know the cops have the prison. That's a fact. That's their shit. You can have it, but I don't want it. But the inmates control the yarda. Okay, the yarda is ours. We want that. Can we get that? Can you separate ours from yours? Thank you. Gracias. Right? And they're going to move on like that. Now, one thing I have noticed, right, when it comes to the Norteños, is that the Norteños don't have numbers. The Norteños don't have every yard that they go to. But what Norteños have, and what's instilled in them and indoctrinated in them, is that warriorism, Holmes, that gangsterism, that real life, hey, it's us against them. We don't have numbers. And when you're backed in a corner, man, and there's very few of you, they come out swinging, right? Schwangers, órale Texas, right? They got to come out fighting and handling their business. And people fear the Norteños because they know when the Norteños come to a yard, they're coming to establish. They're not coming just to, hey, can we be on the yard and kick it and shit? Charlie Holmes, Norteños are coming to establish and hold it down. You know, back in the days, what was considered the northern structure, okay, was considered a very vicious group. When they hit yards, they were targets. Now, I've talked to plenty of Southsiders from back in the days. They said when the structure hit the yarda, Holmes, they were targeted. They were supposed to be eliminated and eradicated off the yard immediately. Because what happened with the structures, as soon as they got there, they started to implement the Norteño cause, Holmes, and they started to fucking structure everybody up, get everyone together, get them on that motherfucking, that programa, and make it happen, right? And when the Norteños, Holmes, start to structure up and start to fucking implement a program and set it, the foundation, it's a rapalapagus, right? You might as well fucking stick a fork in it. Orale, it's done, right? Because the Norteños, Holmes, will start catching bodies. They will make their presence felt. It's always been like that since I was a young kid. We used to hit compas and Nellis and make our presence felt. Within 5 minutes, we were kicking off a riot, or they were kicking off a riot, but the riot was getting kicked off. We were making sure that we were well known, that we were there. So we're here, but put your shirt on. What? Right? Bitch. And it was on. Estrella, what? Right? Bam. It was on. Buster, fuck that. It said, right? We were getting off. We were mad at. We were always mad. I mean, well, shit, we were there. We were down south. We had to be mad. And that's just what it was. And it's the same thing in prison. There's a lot of respect, Holmes. No one disrespects anybody, but you could feel, I could feel it coming in the air. Orale, Phil Collins. You could feel the tension in the air tonight. You know something's going to crack. Someone's feeling some type of way. Now, if you get to a yarda that's controlled by the Southsiders, they're not going to give that up quite easily, Holmes. They're not going to break bread like Jesus said. They're not going to fucking just let anyone come and take away power, establish on a yard, Holmes. Hey, things need to be worked out. We need to talk. We need to discuss some things here. And for the most part, 9 times out of 10, they're not trying to discuss shit with the North there. Or at least that's how it was back then. Okay? And so that makes them a feared adversary. If you have okay, look, it's like this. If you have an adversary, Holmes, that's because you respect them or you fear them. If you don't give a fuck about saying he's a poop bud, he ain't an adversary. He's just that poop bud down the street that one time tried to pitch your old lady's ass and said you had to slap him up, right? He ain't that one. But if you got a motherfucker that you respect and you know he's bringing that heat, he's got a pedazo so far up his ass it's touching his esophagus, you know that motherfucker right there is with that business. You know what I mean? If he went that route, he's willing to go any route, right? So those are the ones that's like, okay, so it's good. I don't fear them, but you know what I mean? I'm thinking about it, right? Those are the ones that can come at you any old type of way, okay? So, hey, the facts remain. Mexicans are the most feared people in prison, okay? Maybe not necessarily the paisa carro. Respects to my paisitas. You already know what I got nothing but love. But they kind of just do their own program, do their own thing. They're not trying to get involved in nothing unless, they are forced to get involved or pleito cracks off with them. Don't get it twisted. They'll fuck some motherfuckers up. I've seen a lot of paisas with major hands. But as far as them getting involved in anything, they try to stay the fuck up out the way. They're just trying to get back to Sinaloa. They're trying to get vivo de tres animales. They're trying to get back to the bailar, right? They're trying to get back to a fat white girl. They're just trying to win. You know what I mean? That's it. When it comes to the Southsiders, homes, they're there. They're on that yard. That's their shit. They're fucking maintaining homes. That's what we're built for, right? They're built for tough. When it comes to the Norteños, it's always about education and establishment. Fighting for the yada, social status of equality. We're going to go ahead and need that. Trip out, homes. You know what I mean? Can we have these bars and you guys have these bars? Chale, we've always had these bars, but we want these fucking bars. That's it. And bam, beep, beep, boop, boop. Next thing you know, they're on lockdown for 3 years. Orale. That's just the way it goes, right? And it's been like that traditionally for a lot of years. Like I said, Norteños might not have the numbers, but everybody knows when they hit the yard, homes, they're a feared group. People don't want that smoke because they're going to bring the heat. Okay, Southsiders stay bringing that heat. The white guys, you sprinkle in the woods, they're watching. They're watching everyone, man. Damn Mexicans, right? Because they know, fuck, Mexicans are getting deeper, man. Traditionally, it's going to be on. And I know a lot of people get the misconception that the Southsiders are rocking with the whites 24/7. Not a fact. In fact, I've seen Southsiders fight with whites more than anything in my life. And everyone thinks that the brothers are rocking with the Norteños. Not a fact. In some places, yes. In some cases, yes. But in some places, not so much, right? I know when High Desert was cracking for a long time, it was the Kumis, that's the Bay Area Africano brothers, against the Norteños for so long over something that's frivolous as a motherfucker disrespecting someone. But it could crack off for years and years and years over one disrespectful thing. I mean, so I was scared. Cracked for 50 years between North and South over a pair of pinchy shoes. You know what I mean? So I hope those motherfuckers were comfortable. But you feel me? It goes down like that. Now you sprinkle in the perro chatos. The Fresno Bulldogs, right? Are they a feared group? To some, yes. I know a lot of vatos are going to be in my DMs like, hey, they're fucking segregated, homes. Don't no one fear them. Charlie, homes, when the Bulldogs hit the yard, you know it's going down. If 10 Bulldogs hit the yard, homes, they're not going to wait. They're going to get off. Okay? Maybe not back in the days, homes. It was a little bit different. They would sprinkle them in 1 or 2 or 3 at a time, and vatos would get taxed real quick, or they'd get off. But now they're sending them in groups, and the Bulldogs are a feared adversary because they've been around, homes. They've been around and they've been putting it down. And of course, they fall into that Mexican category, right? That category that the administration says, fuck, there's a reason why they segregate the Mexicans. There's a reason why they segregate the North, or they used to, and the South. Eventually they started putting them together. They just were too deep. They said, fuck it, we ain't got nowhere to put them. But they segregate the Bulldogs, right? Because they know bodies will drop. Mexicans are not playing in the California Department of Corrections, bro. They're playing for reals. Steel versus steel, okay? Steel sharpens steel. And that's just the way it is. It's full weaponry, no hands-on. There will be no hands-ons, okay? There will be none of that. There will be no Tony. You know what I mean? It's going to be all double up, and out, right? They don't even whack you anywhere. They'll put metal in you. It's different, okay? Places like High Desert, Mexicans are very feared. Bodies drop daily. Salinas Valley, Pleasant Valley, you know what I mean? Solano. There's just certain places. Everything down south. So fuck you, just Calipatra on back, right? You just got all kinds of different ways and different things that Mexicans tend to do shit. Okay, it's just been going on like that traditionally for years and years and years. Okay, and don't think that the other groups are not wiggling too. They're getting it. They're getting their whole fucking issue and nothing but their issue. But at the same time, man, hey, let's call it spade a spade. Let's keep it real, right? Let's just keep it fucking 100% real. The Mexicans are the most feared groups, right? Motherfuckers, you could put a yard where nothing but brothers, man, a few whites, some others on the yard, and I mean that motherfucker you'll have a few fist fights and a few little things that happen, but for the most part, that yard will program for fucking 3 or 4 years straight. You sprinkle in some Southsiders and Norteños, and you know what's going down within 2 months, right? That's just the way it is, or the way it was. Now with the end of hostilities, things have quite changed a lot for the better for everybody, okay? And it's a great thing, but I'm talking about prior. Do you think the Mexicans are no longer feared like they were prior to the end of hostilities? Chaleums, they are, right? They are, and everybody knows this. Anyone who's ever did real time. Now, there's going to be motherfuckers in my DMs that like, fuck that, Holmes. That Mexicans can't fight. Mexicans can't do shit. They can't do this. They can't do that. They'll take your bitch. You fuck with the wrong one, right? Let me tell you something about the Mexicanos. You know what I mean? The Norteños and the Southsiders. Bulldogs as well. We're not playing, homie. Back then, I say we, like I'm involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting all in my element. We weren't playing, okay? And I know they continue not to play, the Activos. There was no way, period, plain and simple, Holmes, that you were ever going to go on a yard, Holmes, and see a Mexican get punked or get played or get disrespected, Holmes, without some serious fucking repercussions. You know, you fight one, be innocent. Fight the whole carne asada burrito. Just what that motherfucker sounds good right now. I might have to go get me one for lunch. That's just how it is. Okay, and it's always been like that. Okay, and I know a lot of people get the misconception like, nah, Holmes, don't no one fear nobody. This is prison, Holmes. Everybody stands on their 10. Everybody is down for whatever. And you know what? For the most part, you're absolutely right, bro. But you tell me that if you're in a fucking holding tank, just you with fucking 16 Southsiders, and they're all looking at you like this. The fear is real. They call that fear factor, right? And it's period. It's plain and simple. It's cut and dry. At the end of the day, motherfuckers don't want that smoke. Okay? And it's not because these vatos will do anything that you wouldn't do, because a man is a man. Everybody bleeds. Be more man than him. Say it with your chest, right? But the fact is, you can't stop 50 motherfuckers coming at you with the pedazos. You know what I mean? That's why, like, when Big U said, I knocked out 30 yards, he didn't say it. Oh, whack fucking 2 point whatever said it, right? Oh, he knocked out 32 Southsiders on. I call bullshit, right? And the reason is, it's not that that man doesn't have hands. I respect that man. I know that man has hands. He's legendary with those motherfucking fists, right? It's not that. There is no way possible on hell, God's green earth, wherever we're at, whatever the fuck this is, right? If it's flat, if it's round, I can't call it like an alcoholic. But one thing I will say, there's no way possible that any man can get 30 motherfuckers off of homes with pedazos, especially Southsiders homes. They're coordinated, well-taught, and vicious, right? Norteños, shit. We know where you want to go that route, right? Motherfuckers would have just sent one hitter on you, 2 bombers and a retriever, and it'd have been done. You know, you would have been because that's the way motherfuckers get down. Respects to the vato though, man. I know he probably put a couple people on their back. He just looks that way. He's built that way. Now, I will say this. As far as other people fearing anybody in prison, no one's ever going to say it or show it. That's not the way it is. You know, if you show fear, if you got that look in your eyes, Holmes, if you look real buttery and real soft like pudding, if you look like Tony, my story's written by a current prisoner, then everybody's going to know right off the top, Holmes, you are softer than cotton and your shit will get taken and your shit will get taken, right? Just ask Wes Watson. If you act any type of way, man, I'm going to tell you right now, motherfuckers is going to see through the bullshit, man, and there will be repercussions for your actions, okay? But if you go in there and you carry yourself with dignity, respect, chest up high, saying it with your chest, and just doing your program, not trying to act too tough, Holmes, but not acting like you're a sucker, then you're going to maintain, for the most part. You know, whatever happens in your life, well, that's up to you. You know, I can't call it like an alcoholic. One thing I can say is you got to put some pain where it ain't, make some power moves and shower shoes. And that's how you do that, right? Because if you knew that, you would do that. You knew better, you do better. But as far as Mexicans being the most feared in California Department of Correction prisons, absolutely. I'm going to stand on that. I'm going to second that emotion. If you think I'm full of shit, well, leave a comment, Holmes. Let me know what you think. I think you're wrong, right? I think I've been in plenty of prisons, you know, Susanville, Tracy, Corcoran, Jamestown, so on and so forth. And I'm going to tell you, every fucking prison I went, the Mexicans controlled the yards. They had the majority of numbers. They had the majority of hits. They had the majority of fights. They had the majority of pulling bitches. Well, the brothers usually do that. But I'm going to say we did. I mean, we held our own, right? We had the majority of whatever was going on usually. And that's just the way it was going to be. Because if it wasn't, somebody was going to get murked. Somebody was going to get flown out of there on fucking Airwolf. You know, and that's just what it is. Because motherfuckers weren't playing. You know, one thing about Mexicans is prison, that's our house. You know what I mean? It's fucked up, but it is. You know? It's like motherfuckers enjoy it there. So it's not that they enjoy it there, it's just that they know, man, that there's no time for bullshit, there's no time for games, there's no time to fucking pinch each other's butts and play and all that. The time is now. You know, the time is now. It's guerra, it's war, it's watching your back, it's establishing, it's maintaining. Sometimes it's some frivolous bullshit, but it's what you got to do. And anyways, that's what makes the Mexicans the most feared in prison, is because the way they carry themselves. The fear of the unknown, you never know when they're going to get off of what they're thinking. And when they move smooth, they move smooth. They just get off, man. It's hard to understand. I could tell you a little story. Like I said, in Susanville, I seen motherfuckers get off viciously on the Africanos. It was probably one of the most vicious things I've ever seen. I'll be touching on that tomorrow right here on this channel. Make sure you tune in because I'm going to talk about one of the most vicious riots that ever happened in Susanville. And it happened in the gym and it was crazy. The Southsider, man, they weren't playing. Like I said, motherfuckers don't play. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about your familia. It's all about going out there and doing good for yourself, man. These are just stories to deter you from going to prison, man, because this is real. You know what I mean? If you think, hey, the Mexicans ain't shit, well, the Mexicans is going to show you, you know what I mean, that you ain't shit. And that's just what it is. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth. Go out there and get it. You already know what it is, man. If you like this, please hit that thumbs up one time for your mind. Come fuck with me. If not, you can hit that thumbs down, heavy as the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment and the social status of equality of all people and coming together as one. We need that. Fuck with me. Fuck with me, I said. Orale. Say it with your chest.